Hey there guys, welcome to our board game night. Tonight we're playing Outlive from
Boite de Jue.
Boite de Jue. It's a new company that I've not heard of before, French company, and this is designed by Gregory Oliver. Right, so with me...
It's a Kickstarter, by the way,
yes,
so
and
that could be why it's the first game.
It's a big Kickstarter. Ash, put your hand over there. There's a reference hand right there.
Yeah, here's a monster box.
And obviously I have Ash here with me.
Hey.
And Tony. And Martin, this is his copy of the game.
Certainly
Just received recently. We've all not played this. This will be our first play for all of us. And this is the board. Look at this. These are sweet. You got a 5 strength posse here. So it says 5, but it's really cool. And then, like for example, this is a 3. That's really cool as well. And then you got the individual guys separately, so that you can make up
that's another 5. I thought it was
your
4.
little fallout shelter style thing. Right, so this is going to be interesting to explain to you guys. The first thing we did was we got each person got 2 leaders, which we got to choose from. The leaders will give you some starting resources and an ability. My one, as you can see, Lisa Valentine, does not have that. Yeah, so and this tells you where you start on this hugely illustrated board. There's lots of different spots where you can go to, and we'll go through that in a second. You also have your little shelter spot with different buildings in. These buildings on the left here are ones that we all have, so we all have the same buildings here. And then these are advanced buildings.
Actually, rooms.
Rooms.
This is like, it's basically Fallout, isn't it? This is your vault. This is obviously the entrance. You go down into the airlock, which prevents radiation. Then we've got 3 standard rooms, which have all got the same. Then we've got 4 advanced rooms, which we chose from.
Way better than last time.
For goodness sake.
Okay, so yeah, and then you have your resource spots here. So you got metal, wood, microchips, ammunition, and then up here is food and water. This is the radiation level down here. We start on 0. Obviously this is positive radiation, and that's negative. Over here people will start dying. The interesting thing about this is the buildings. None of these buildings are built except for this one here, which I'll explain why in a minute. But even if the building is built, which is then flipped over like that, it's still not operational until you have people working the room. So this is, for example, a 4-job room, or 4 people working there. These ones are 3, and these costs in the corner here are how much food you will pay, or commodities you need to pay to keep the room functional. So
Yeah, for any amount of survivors in there. So regardless whether you've got 1 or it's full, that's how much you pay.
one guy's greedy. Right, so this is here's a little phase, and I'll let Martin go through the phases. Or actually, I'll do his board.
Okay.
So you can go.
So essentially, you've got 3 phases, and then it ends with the night. So dawn is when you just restock the board. Day is when the actual main board, your heroes as they're called, kind of mooch around the main board and generate resources, search the places, hunt and things like that. And also that's when we can kind of put pressure on each other and steal things from them, which don't know how that's going to work yet, but it sounds a bit vicious. And then you move on to the night phase, which predominantly revolves around your shelter. So the first thing you can do is resolve events. So each turn we're going to have an event that comes up, which presumably is all going to be negative for all of us. In turn order, you get the opportunity to resolve it. The person that resolves it spends a bunch of resources and gets points for the end of the game. Then you have to feed survivors. If you don't manage to feed them, they'll start dying, and they're fed based on where they are. So if they're in the airlock, it's 1 water to do the top line, 1 water to do the bottom line. So you can see, obviously, filling the airlock is going to be 2 water maximum. And then each one of these, as we've said, so this room here is going to cost me 2 food, water, or meat, water, or canned food per turn, regardless of how many people I've got in there, as long as I've got people in there. So that's that. Anyone that's not fed, they start die, obviously. And then radiation kicks off. So your airlock, each person in your airlock stops 1 radiation, and the radiation is based on this board here. So on turn 1 we're going to have 1 radiation coming in, so 1 guy in the airlock's going to stop that. If you don't manage to withhold that, your radiation level is going to go up, and this converts to negative points into the game. It never goes down. You've got some special things that can drop that cube down into positive points, but it doesn't automatically. Then you recruit survivors, so you can spend food and water and things like that to encourage more people into your shelter, and they'll appear in your airlock. Then you can build rooms. So every room costs 3 materials, and that's metal, wood, microchips, or ammunition to build. Or not ammunition, any of those 3: microchip, wood, or metal to build them. Flip it over, and then you can move people from your airlock into the room. Once it's full, it's then active, and you can start using that room. Then you can fix equipment. I and Jason, in fact, have an equipment. In fact, Ash has as well. Every piece of equipment we get starts off broken, and this is the cost to repair it here. Once it's repaired, it comes and sits on the right-hand side of our board, and it gives us an effect. So my axe gives me more wood when I go to the forest, which is nice.
As you can see, mine gives me extra ammo when I go to the military base.
Which is really nice.
Talk about this thing. I thought this was quite interesting.
Yeah, so if you manage to get... so each repaired equipment at the end of the game is worth 1 point. If you manage to get... a pair, so there's like a half symbol, so you can see my axe has got a tree, and this ammunitions kit has got half a bullet, things like that. If we manage to get the other half of it, it's an additional point. So essentially that set is, if I remember rightly, the axe comes with a bow, and so if you get the axe and bow combo, you've got 3 points instead of 2 there. So that's quite interesting. So there's a bit of a set collection thing going on there. And then the last thing is clean the shelter. That's when we discard excess stuff. So we can only keep 2 water. We can not keep any meat at all. It rots, but canned food is preserved food, so we can keep as many of that as we want. So I guess that's going to encourage us to kind of buy more people in. And that's pretty much it. We just go around 6 times there. We can see in the cities, we can search the cities, these stacks here, but there's also equipment that we can get that's broken, and we can get, so we're not drawing blind for those. We do know what we're getting. And there's stacks, there's 13 tiles in each one of these, but well, there's 10 tiles in each stack, but there's 13 in total, so we've removed 3 from each stack, so we know what's not in there. So there's a couple of negative things removed from here, so this is quite an attractive city to search in.
What's interesting, obviously, this is different spots, so you can get wood from the forest, you get water from the reservoir dam thing, but you need to spend microchips to do that. You get bullets from the military base. These are cities. I'm not really sure what you do there yet.
You get these and encounter those, remember?
This is the fair, apparently, where you can get microchips from.
Yeah.
And
they've replaced goldfish with microchips in this world.
And this is the mine where you can get iron. But you can also find in the harbour is where you find canned goods.
There's a cargo ship there where we go in, and we can find additional survivors there and also canned goods. But this is the one spot where one worker takes up that spot. So once you've moved a 3 in there and taken that one, no one else can put a 3 there. They have to put a 4 in that one, and then that's blocked as well.
So there's obviously a lot to take in about what we said. But what's going to happen here is we're going to start off the game. We're going to play through turns. There's only 6 turns as this event track shows here. So we'll play maybe through 2 or 3. And then come back with a gameplay turn where we'll play through 1, maybe 2 turns, depending on how fast the turns go. And you can see how the game flows. And then once we're done, we'll come back at the end and show you the final scores and what we thought about our first place. Cool. Anything else we should add?
No, I think that's all good.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Born ready.
Let's get started. Alright folks, we're here for the gameplay turn. Just to give you an update, we've had 3 rounds so far. The first 2 events have been cleared. I cleared the first one. Ashton cleared the second one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, last turn, the enemy clan still stuck about because no one had enough ammunition.
The problem was we had an event here which was a disease. It was causing us, when we hunted, we got less meat, and these guys require meat to get rid of. So it was like a double whammy of, oh god, this is horrific. And they both required quite a lot of ammo as well.
So we've had 3 turns already. We're going to go on to the 4th turn now. There's a quick look at the boards. My radiation is pretty low, so I'm pretty sort for
Pretty low? Can't be lower.
I've got a couple of guys standing in my airlock. I've got some food and water and storage. I've got some metal, got some ammunition. I've opened up the equipment room and the searching room.
Kind of whoop ass on some massive freaking...
Yeah. I've killed some sort of bear. There's my 3 points from that, and this is what my equipment looks like. This is Martin's
Well, I've built 3 rooms. I have no one waiting in my airlock. I've got quite a bit of equipment though.
And some resources stocked up as well.
Yeah, which is going to go to the enemy clan fairly soon, but hey.
And quite a few equipment pieces. This is what Ash's one looks like.
A couple of people in the airlock and 2 rooms on the go. I've got my baseball bat and my battle gear. And I've got a pickaxe and a grappling hook. And I hope to have a bow going soon.
My
a bogo?
A bogo.
My empty shelter. Just 4 people in there. I've activated an auto repair room to repair equipment, and a pick up to equipment tiles room.
But the auto repair room needs another staff member.
Yeah, and the equipment room needs some staff members.
So that is basically what's happened. This is what the board looks like. Everything's lying down because just before the night phase, everyone goes sleepy buys. And then as we activate them, we stand them up and move them to the next area. And you'll see when we start now, you can't go to the areas that you're already in, even when you're in sleepy buy mode. So, Tony's the first player. First thing we do is reveal a new event. Would you do that first, Martin?
I certainly will. There's a rat infestation. So we're
gonna do?
We're gonna get hit by the enemy clan event as well. So each shelter loses 2 materials or ammunitions, and that can be a combination. You can lose a material and ammunition, or 2 ammunition, whatever. So I think I'm going to lose a double wood. Yeah.
I'm losing a bullet and a metal.
And the rat infestation.
2 ammunition, that's all I've got.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, oh god,
Lose some more.
each shelter loses 1 commodity. Commodity is a food item. So I lose a can.
If impossible, lose 1 survivor. So I'm going to lose
dear.
a survivor.
Toast has been eaten by rats.
I'll lose a water.
I'm going to lose a person.
Do you want to lose your... Oh, because that room's not working anyway now, is it?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I've got the added advantage, my special skill at the beginning of the...
Thankfully, yeah. Holy crap, that's really bad.
So events. Look at this one. Is 4 iron and 2 wood. Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. And this also tells us that our radiation wave is 2 this turn.
Yeah.
So you need 2 people in your airlock when that hits to sort of fend that off.
Like I have my 2.
Okay,
Guardsmen there.
that's that. Oh, and also to say we've restocked the board as well, so all the resources and whatnot are back up.
They all go up to 10, don't they? Except
No,
for
the
the
water goes 11, yeah. And also we reshuffle the stacks of searching stuff as well. So Tony is first player, so choose one of your guys, stand him up, move him 1 or 2 spots. And they go clockwise or anti-clockwise as well, so they can't go across the water, which kind of makes sense. Oh my god, these events are awful.
Victory points are probably a good time to talk about victory points. You get victory points for any events you solve. So, for example, anyone who solves this enemy clan is going to get 5 victory points. You also get victory points for the number of rooms you completed. So, for example, if you've built 4 rooms, you'll get 4 points.
But
5
they
rooms
need to be fully occupied. Rooms.
Yes, they need to have people in them. You also get victory points equal to your level of radioactive, or whatever
It's
you
your
call it.
radiation
Yeah.
level.
So currently I'm on +3, so that means I get +3 points. But say Ash,
None of us have actually been hit with the radiation too badly at the moment.
Yeah, Tony's on +3 as well.
Yeah, I'm
I
on
only have one
+1
person
and
in my
you're on 0.
airlock.
I've 0 people in my airlock, so...
And then you get 1 victory or survivor point, as it's called, for every survivor in the player shelter, and then 1 for every equipment fixed. So, for example, this hacksaw is worth 1 victory point. This jerry can is worth 1. Access card is worth 1. But these 2 together form a bonus point, so they'll be.
This symbol here, basically. Once you complete the symbol, you get an extra point with it.
So those are 3 points, and that's how you gain survivor points.
Okay.
You've got to pretty much go some to fix all 7 of your rooms, don't you? Jesus.
2. Moving down to the city. I'm going to take the water purifier and the access card.
Ash has just died inside.
Murder you, Tony, so badly.
Right, so
2
just before you
actions.
carry action, he's moved his 5 there, so you get 5 action points when you use them. He spent 2 of them to take the 2 items there, and now he's got 3 more. He's going to do them 1 at a time.
So, bullet.
That's not a bad one to get.
And the
Refugee?
Ooh, I need one of those.
Yeah.
These are getting empty.
I think refugees, by the way, can go straight into the room if you
Oh, can
prefer.
they?
Although it doesn't matter to you, does it?
Oh,
a can
it's
of food.
okay.
Here's one here, Matt.
Oh, I've got one.
Okay.
That's a pretty good haul.
Oh, that was nice, yeah.
was a nice
Shan't be going to that one.
Right, Ash.
Sorry, I just died a little there, and trying to find my will to live again.
What's in that one over there? I do like the exoskeleton. It's proper sexy. Exoskeleton and thermal vision, eh? Interesting.
Oh, I should do that.
Does the grenade not have a pair? No, it doesn't. Does it?
No. I'm not even sure what the grenade does. Is it?
You spend Exo, so you maxes its power of resources or something, I don't know, and kill one prey, I don't know. I'm gonna...
Helpful, gents.
Yep. Oh yes, always. I'm gonna go there. Now this is my 3.
Right, so this is the cargo crate. Yeah. So the 3.
Yeah, because I've got a grappling hook, I get to go in a position +1. So I'm going to go to the 4.
Kara, and
And
that gives you 2 tins of tuna and some guy hiding in the tuna cupboard.
some guy hiding in the tuna cupboard, which I needed.
Alright, mine is pretty simple. Could you get my 4 there, Ash? And then move it to the city over here.
The grenade, you can discard it to instantly kill a prey, but you get -1 food from it.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, I've got a building in my vault that has +2 search tiles when I go to the city. So I'm going to do that first. So I'm going to get 3 of those tiles. Do them one at a time, quick. Yeah.
Okay, so the first one is a refugee.
Okay, so I got another freaking dude.
Seaweed, which does nothing for you.
Great.
And a household appliance, in this case, a washing machine to give him a microchip.
Yeah. Right, so that wasn't great. I'm not really happy with that. The next thing I'm going to take, what does Goatee do? Goatee looks like you can either get seaweed or 2 water. Is that right?
Seaweed or
Seaweed
that's
peels.
Yeah,
Yeah, you either use that or that, and you get water, I guess, because you...
once again, let's not guess. Let's just have
Well,
a little look.
As my second action, I'm going to take that. And then I'm going to take another one of those.
Reading's overrated. Wood?
You can decide to
good.
give the seaweed for the military base or a seaweed peel from the cities to the goat, which converts it into milk. You take 2 water.
Oh, right. Okay,
That's actually really good. You can go to the military, get bullets, and take the seaweed and convert it to 2 water.
And another one?
Yep, another one.
Because you need more water. You're a bit.
You've got some ammo.
Nice.
That was a nice haul.
Yes, indeed. So that was my trip to the city. What are you going to do, Martin?
I'm going to get some ammunition, I think. I think I'm going to grab 3 bullets. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Tony.
Oh yeah, I also get the first player marker because I was the first one to go to the cargo ship.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Activate my 3. Going down there
To the fair.
to the fair.
So 3 actions, because you got a 3 strength
I'm gonna
dude.
spend a billet and use 2 actions to hunt.
Hunting is interesting.
Get 2 food in this case.
I'm going to quickly show you on my one that I've already hunted. So that the strength of the animal is the number at the bottom here. So this is the strength 7. If you kill it, you get 5 food. But this is where the set collection comes in. If you kill a second one, you get 6, and a third one 7, and so on.
I
So
have no idea what the thematic reasoning behind that is.
yeah,
You
you
just get better.
I've killed these
Yeah.
before. I
I-
know I can fillet them better. Or
Yeah.
something.
That's probably what it is,
Okay,
actually.
and with my other action, I took a microchip there.
all right, Ashen.
Oh yes, that's what I want to do.
So, there's not much left there, and you kind of looted there as well, so cheers, excellent. I need to go there. So, gonna go there and pick up 3 microchips because I don't have the strength to fight anything. Okay.
Jason?
I am not really sure what I want to do. Okay, I think my 5 on the general supply here is going to go to the dam.
Obviously.
And because I've got
Get like
the
9 water or something.
access card, I get
I hate
it
you
for free,
with
so I
a
get
passion.
6. Yep, 6 water.
Oh, I've got some bad news for you, Ash. I'm taking the other 5. I'll spend a chip.
You know what they say, control the water, you control the apocalypse world.
I thought they said snooze you lose.
That's no more water in that reservoir. So, Tony.
I am going to move my grouping the ammo place over here and hunt with them.
No one's exerted any pressure yet, have they?
So I've now got 3 of those, so I'm going to get 3.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not doing much good though.
These are comedy like Flintstones ribs as well. Ash?
Okay. Just gonna get up.
I love this part of the game where you have to think about where you're going, who's going to go next to you, who's going to beat you up and steal your shit. Ash is probably going to go somewhere where Tony's been and steal his stuff.
Not today.
No, it's hard to do that to me now because I've got the battle gear.
Yeah. Tony stood up for himself. Enough is enough, Ash.
I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna mine, and I'm gonna use my pickaxe. So I take 6.
Holy shit, that is a lot of metal.
Yes, unfortunately, my guys can't eat metal.
Have a metal sandwich.
If they could, it'd be great. Wait, who was that in Agricola that was feeding him wood or whatever?
Right, so I am going to go next. This guy over here is going to go to the cargo ship. So I get 1 can of food, 1 dude, and I also get 2 metal because I've got a hacksaw.
Just like chip a little bit off.
I've got a 2 metal, yeah. And my can of food.
I think.
That was my hacksaw, by the way.
I'm going to search over here. Oh God!
So into the city you go.
I'm using my.
So the first thing you turned over was
my room, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Same thing I did on the first turn, which is you get
Oh my
3 for
God!
1.
Discard an ammunition or a resource exchange. So I get a can. W, this is 1 search for this.
Yeah, yeah.
Material exchange. I don't think I'm that bothered about that. Nope. And then discard an ammo, I may as well. Is that or a resource? I'll spend an ammo, screw it. And then I'll have a canned food, please.
No.
Thank you.
So
My
that was-
second action, I don't know if we said as well, but because this is a 3, it gets 3 actions. I'm going to take the exoskeleton, I think.
Pressure works on a different, like, because we're both 3. This is a 4. That's a 3. If the 4 came in first, they could pressure them to steal some stuff off them. But
And then my last one,
they're already sated.
I'm going to do that. A fucking empty cupboard. Christ.
Yeah. That'll learn you.
There's nothing there, Martin.
No, I found that.
Danny?
Oh, my full group there's going to go and
And I forgot my flashlight as well,
get survivor.
which is a survivor.
It's not going to make a difference to anything, but
It makes a difference to me.
Okay, they're going to go to the mine.
Mine?
Actually, I don't know. There's 1 thing left there, isn't there?
Yeah.
I haven't got a flashlight. No, I'm going to go down. I'm going to mine.
4 metal.
Wow, that's the first
Strip
time all
mine,
the
I think
metal's
that's calling.
Yeah.
Ash, your last action for movement.
gone. My last action.
What is that you have left there? Is it a 4?
It's 5. My 5 is going to go there. And I am going to use my baseball bat to exert some pressure on you.
So, how
So
many
it puts me on
crossbows?
6.
Orange is
3.
4, 5.
Yeah.
And battle gear.
6
6 because I'll do
Oh
it.
yeah, that's fine. Yep.
Sure, you just don't want to give me 1 meat.
Right, just to say what happened there. Ash has obviously used his baseball bat to add extra pressure. So he's at 6 with his 5 purple. Tony's only got 3 red. But he's got the
much will give you a
hardened battle
Battle
gear.
gear, yeah, so he gets +2 defense essentially. So the difference of 1 there.
And you can spend bullets to basically make up the difference. But he chose not to and instead give him some
Forfeited
meat.
which is going to go rotten at the end of the turn anyway.
You can buy dudes with it, remember?
Oh, that's true.
What
I think I need the ammo more.
Ash, could you take my last dudes in the forest
Just
there?
got to finish off my guy.
yeah.
What he's going to do. I really want the wood to do the the rat infestation, but
And infestation.
hey, just as bad. But then my guys are going to die because I don't have enough food. So I'm going to have to go hunting and
Yeah, I've got a bit of a problem if
get that for.
My people get
3
fed on
food.
liquid diets.
Thank you very much. I'm still going to lose one guy because I don't
Sorry,
have
is
any
that
water.
8?
Yes.
Are you freaking kidding me?
No,
3 pints. 3.
But it's
Three points.
8!
And you only get
Oh
2
my
food.
god!
Where is he going?
To the
Ammo
military, yeah.
bin, for 3 ammo.
Shit!
And
2 ammo.
2 more for my...
Okay. So do you want 2 ammo and the algae, or do you?
I don't need the algae because I'm already maxed out.
Take your 5 ammo then.
So I use my ammunitions kit to gain some extra ammo.
Jason, you need to have go hunting because you're the only one who can get rid of the enemy clan.
Well, I just got the ammo this turn. Right, Martin, your last action,
Oh god, freaking 8.
which is that lying down dude over there.
Oh man.
Stop complaining, man.
Dreadful.
There's a 7 over here.
What's really annoying
Yeah,
is
I know!
because I had no ammo, I couldn't get the wood. So I
It's
can't do
also
that either.
8 for only 2 meat as well, which sucks.
I've got 8 ammo, so I can do it pretty easily.
I've got a bear trap as well. Which
Which is not as good as 8 ammo.
I got 4 ammo. Not doing too bad. I am going to go over here. No pressure for anyone. So I'm considered a 5. I'll spend 2 bullet
Oh, for hunting, yeah.
and I'll murder this. And get 5 meat. Can you 5 meat me, please, Tony?
And that...
It's all she wrote.
So,
Thank you.
that ends the
You
movement
really
phase.
screwed up my turn, Ash. I really wanted to just go up there. I wanted
Hey.
to kill that one and gain a load of wood.
Not as much as, people sucking all the water. There's insufficient water. I
With the straw.
I'm going to have to throw some down the drain. I've got too much shit.
So everything gets knocked down for sleepy time.
Yeah, I feel like, considering it's a dam, and there's...
Okay,
So this is where this comes
so then
into
we go
play,
into the night phase where we resolve the
First
events.
thing in the night phase, my special power allows me to move 4.
You're going to lose a guy, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And then we have to solve the event.
Solve the events. So,
Starting with the
start
first
Ash.
Nope. I don't
So
have the ammo.
So he can resolve the rat infestation for 4 metal and 2 wood, or he can resolve the enemy
See-
clan for 4 ammo and 2
if
wood.
I had
2
Tony's
meat.
ability, then I'd be able to move some people around and I'd be able to do it, but I don't. have
Can we
Tony's
trade?
ability.
No.
because I got the ammo but no meat.
So you're not doing it either?
Nope.
I'm going to resolve the enemy clan one. I'm going to spend 2 meat and 2 ammo. Use my solving events room. And get rid of that bastitch.
That's nice.
Yes, that's
That
what I
is-
thought.
That is very, very nice.
And Tony, did you want to do anything?
Yeah, what are we on? The
Solving
You need
events.
4 metal, 2 wood, unless you...
no.
Okay, so the rat infestation stays to hassle us another turn.
And then we do feeding the survivors, which is number 2. So starting here with the air hatch, you have to spend 1 water per row. So I'm going to spend a water for that group and a water for that group. Then down here I can spend 2 of any water, food or meat. So I think I might...
Just to say, at the end of the turn as well, this shows you can keep 2 water, you can keep no meat, you can keep unlimited cans, so you're better off spending meat first, then water, and then you can food.
I'm feeding my guys for...
I'm
Meat.
sorted as well, Jason. I've got
However-
my mainly meat,
One of
some
my
water,
people
meat sandwich.
has died from dehydration.
dysentery.
And that means I'm going to get hit by some
For each
radiation.
commodity you're missing, you lose a survivor.
Okay, I'm spending free food to keep the people in the auto repair shop alive. I've got no water.
So he dies
Actually, I'm gonna do it like this.
first.
Might be
Okay.
better off moving him to like.
He can move them around though, can't
Yeah,
he?
no,
So-
you might be better. Moving
Yeah,
him
you
to
want
the-
to take
Oh,
two
central
from
mind.
here.
Yeah, no, I could. No, it's from one room.
Oh,
So
is-
that's
is
what I'm
it?
Up
spending
to
like
4
that.
survivors is from one room to another.
Oh, okay.
So it's I could move. To
Yeah, I
to
was
there.
going to say whether you.
You couldn't. You can't
Okay.
split them.
Everybody fed?
Now-
Radioactivity.
So you fed, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so radiation. So radiation is at 2.
Oh, I'm not handling it at all, so I'm going up by 2.
Yeah. And each person in your airlock stops 1. I've only got 1, so my radiation's going up by 1.
Yep.
Sadly.
I only had one, so mine's going up by 1 as well.
And yours is fine. You've got a veritable army in yours. Okay,
Man
so
the
then we can
pumps.
recruit more survivors. So we can spend commodities, so that's water, meat, or canned goods, to encourage more people to turn up.
I'll spend 1 meat before it disappears.
I think I'm not going to.
I'm not going to because I'm literally living hand to mouth at the
I'm going
moment.
to save my. I think I'm in a good place for food next turn.
I think I'm not gonna. No, I'm not either. I'm
Okay.
not recruiting.
So that's recruiting. So then we can build rooms. So 3 materials to build a room. Materials are basically any of these 3.
And
I'm not. I don't have any.
I do, and I'm going to build that room at -2 materials because of my room construction.
Yeah, there's a room. This one, in fact, allows you to build 1 room per turn for 2 cheaper.
I am actually gonna build. I'm gonna spend a the microchip, and oh man, actually, because I'm gonna do that. Screw it, I'm gonna take a chance. So I'm gonna spend 1 of each of these resources, and I'm gonna build the empty cupboard.
Oh, that's the empty cupboard room.
Yep.
Okay, so then he will move people in there, and then obviously it's active. You want all 3 in there, do you?
Yep.
I would if I had people, but I have no people to man. Well, I have 1 person who's staying in the airlock
Nice.
always.
I'm going to spend 3 metal to build my permanent water 1.
I would really love to have that.
Yeah, I've got to man it though, somehow.
Oh yeah.
These are given to us randomly, by the way. You get given 6, and you choose 4, and these are always the same. So I didn't know what they did at the beginning, so I just choose 4 random ones.
Okay, now we can fix equipment.
Yep. So I get to draw a tile.
these are the ones
from
on
my
the left.
room.
I can auto fix.
Well, who's first? You first player.
You've drawn one, have you? We've got bear trap.
Bear trap, and I am going to spend 2 metal.
So I get to draw 1 as well. What did I get? A hunting rifle.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, what a pity.
What is the other half of that? Is it that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
For bear trap.
Shotgun bear trap combo.
So I'm going to spend 1 water, and I'm going to use my room to buy Goatee, and he's going to come across to the
You
side.
need more.
Repair the goat. Yeah. Meh.
And then I'm going to leave these 2 unbuilt.
I'm going to repair my exoskeleton with 1 metal. So I'm using my... can't remember what I'm using now. Oh,
Room.
fixing materials. -2 materials. Fix my exoskeleton. Still not managed to get a pair. Got lots of singles though.
Yeah.
1 pair.
I've got 1 pair as well.
I'm going to use my auto repair room to repair the access card for the
Man,
player.
that auto repair room is so good.
Yeah, it's really good. Right, and then the last thing that happens is we clean the shelter, and that is basically discarding excess. So if you've got more than 2 water, if you've got any meat, and if you've got, well, cans, stay there. So I think we're all good,
Yeah?
and that's a turn.
And then we're going to refill the board and crack on.
Yeah. Alright. So that's us done for this round. We'll come back to you at the end of turn 6.
Yeah.
Alright, so we've finished off the game. We've tallied up the scores, and in 4th place is Tony. 22 points. Well, we're not sure. We weren't sure at the time if that was good or not, but in 3rd place was Ash.
35.
35. 2nd place, Martin.
37.
36.
37.
37. And 1st place was the beautiful Revolt 222 with 38. So 1 point win. Oh man.
What would have been the tiebreaker, just as a random question?
I have no clue.
So this is how I look at my vaults. I managed to pair up 3 of those things. I completed.
That's what did it for you.
Most commodities.
I got 1 left.
Yeah, I would have had none, but it literally.
What's your one?
Um,
No, most
commodities.
I haven't got
No,
anything.
I've got nothing.
And then it goes to most resources,
Yeah.
materials and ammunition. So you had 2, I had
Yeah.
1. So you'd have got the tiebreaker anyway.
If I'd managed to build my axe.
It's interesting. Obviously, you
Yeah,
get.
if I'd managed to get 2 more points, I'd have won.
Yeah. You obviously get points for these. You get points for that. Points for any monsters that had victory points on them.
Well,
all your people.
I'm
were
putting it
points
down to
and-
the fact that Jason cheated effectively and it activated his building on a turn before mine, and I should have gotten that, and he wouldn't have. So I wouldn't.
Just
be
sour grapes,
hamstrung.
man. Sour grapes.
The rules.
They're not part of the rules. They were
the
just.
rules.
They were just random.
The rules.
All right, so we've just. This was really close and really, really tense. I mean, I had no point at one point, no clue at one point who was winning. I was just like, where can I get more points on that last turn? And the way things maneuvered around, try to get as many food to pay for all my dudes and stuff.
Yeah, that starts to get a bit hairy towards the end, doesn't it? When you're like, I need this amount of food. Holy shit, that's a lot of food. How do I get it now? And then when someone moves into the dam and like clears it out in one action, you're like, oh god, now I can't get any water at all.
Right, so what did we think? Tony, how about you?
I really like the activations on the board and the moving. The having to think, I've got to move this person first to free up a space to move
Yeah.
in there to activate what I want because somebody's already there. If I move the low ones first,
They might get pushed around.
they might
and
get
what- yeah.
pushed around and pressured. So do I move the high one first? But then that'll stop me moving him out, but so I can move somebody in. You have to jump into the water, the dam, to get that before that's all sucked up by everybody. There is a lot of tactics in the movement.
Yeah, and it's weird because when I looked at it, I thought, there's only not many spaces
Yeah.
when I first saw it. But actually, there was a lot of thought going on to that main board.
The powers you get from the equipment's really nice. That really works out well and really assists with the game and meshes in nicely with the game. Yeah, I really liked it. The hunting to get the food, and then the foods to recruit people and have to feed people. The fact when you're pressured, you can spend ammunition to stop the pressures. Very thematic. Yeah.
So, how much would you give it out of 10? Based on your list, this is being your first play.
I don't know whether to give it a 7.5 or an 8. I'll go for an 8.
Alright. How about you, Martin?
Yeah, well, as you said, it's my game, first play. I thought it was really good. I thought it was quite nicely thematic. I thought there was a lot of thought, kind of like a logistic puzzle of what to do in here, which is really cool. I kind of like the building out your kind of fallout shelter element here. Equipment giving you like cool abilities, you know, enhancing the spaces on the board is really nice, and you're trying to do that set collection thing as you said. Lots of things to consider. I think the components are amazing. Admittedly, this is the collector's edition, but I think they're really, really nice. The artwork's really nice. I really couldn't be happier. The only couple of minor quibbles we said as we were going along, it'd be nice if the rooms were named so you knew what you were making, and it'd be kind of nice if they required different resources to make as well, rather than just 3 generic resources. And what was the other thing we mentioned as well that we said would be useful? God, no, can't remember.
Can't have been named.
Well, we did sort of mention these in that it could have been a hero.
Oh, I remember.
figure.
It was
These
the
are good.
animals.
Oh, the animals.
It would be nice if the animals weren't just a footprint. It'd be nice if they were
Yeah.
an animal. But I mean, they're very minor quibbles. I don't actually have a problem with these. I think I got the larger board as an add-on, and I think it's completely fine. I never felt, other than sometimes they were like there and blocking the resources, I never felt that there was an issue with the size of the things. I think they're kind of nice, chunky. They look cool. Got the numbers on them. I really think it's great. I think the components are awesome. I don't think they could have done a lot better, to be honest.
No, I agree. I think the resources are amazing. It looks so well detailed. I mean, the computer chips are actual little.
They look like little memory cards,
Yeah.
or graphics cards or something, don't they?
The ribs are awesome. Might even use these in some zombie games. The little water containers. They're brilliant. Fantastic. Really good. All the miniatures. I think there's 5 variants of miniatures. Yeah, in fact, there is, because there's a 5-star dude. Which gives you quite a lot of variety to the people you pick up.
There's heaps of variety in it as well, in terms of, like, you've got your leaders, which give you different starting things. Some have abilities, and obviously does your placement, but they're not massive. But one thing I did like was the eldest leader then determines first play. I didn't actually say that to anyone, so I didn't let it influence them who they picked. And to be honest, I just picked based on Hewlett Core, and he starts with a axe, and that was what did it for me. And then you got your rooms as well, so you get dealt 6 rooms and you choose what you're going there.
Talk about the rooms thing. I actually I like the idea that you start off with a couple of, everyone has a generic rooms, but I would love that if you could have found rooms in, like planned blueprints or something.
That would have been really cool. However, I can sort of see why they haven't done that, because they've tried to keep it not basic, but
Streamlined,
streamlined is probably better.
Well,
I never felt there was anything in this game that felt tacked on. I felt everything kind of fit, everything worked, everything was thematic, and I never thought that mechanism there could do with being removed. I never once felt that. Everything kind of worked, and I think adding something where you're getting blueprints to rooms or design rooms or something, I think would have been probably a step too far. I agree with you. I kind of would have preferred you having this vault that's empty, maybe even digging out more things and putting more rooms in. That would have been cool, but I think that's a different game.
Yeah.
As for score, I think I'd probably give it an 8.5. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah. Myself as well. I really enjoyed this game a lot. I thought it was really clever. Lots and lots to think about. As Tony was saying, the movement on this board is like a phenomenal game on its own. Just thinking about where you are, so you can't move this. You have to move your dudes out, but you don't want to move the weakest ones too early, because then they get the shit kicked out of them. And where you want to get to the resources,
and that is
you
a pain
need.
in the arse as well, getting pressured. I mean, I was Ash pressured me on the last turn, and it actually cost me 3 points, which actually cost me the win, I'll have you know, because that would have enabled me to make both, this dude
And another.
and that equipment and a room. Whereas because he did that, it denied me that.
I don't know if it picked up on the gameplay turner when we were playing, but how interesting the movement is. But it's like, just thinking about where you are. When you start your... Ooh, shit. When you start your turn in an area and you want to go to that area, you need to spend a turn moving them out so that you can move someone else
you
in.
You can't have 2 of your colour in the same space. So if you're in this and you want to go in here, you need to get rid of this guy first before you can then move someone else in. But you can only move 1 or 2 spots as well.
Well, that's of course then meaning you need to move somewhere else. Is it going to be part of your turn? Or it's really interesting. I really like that a lot. And this is also, I really love this as well. Finding the tech out in the world and then trying to match them up. When you match them up, they become super useful. Like going to the military base, I can get extra ammo and extra computer chips just by going on there on the one action. That's really, really good.
It really increases the benefit of going on those spots. I mean, you really hoovered up the dam, ironically.
Yeah.
By you go in there for free and get extra water in there. So you would go in there with your 5 and take 6 of the 11 available water for the turn, and the rest of us are like, holy crap, that's really screwed everybody now.
I really enjoyed that a lot. I thought that collecting those resources, and there were some interesting ones as well that do nothing, like just for thematic sake, like the console. It gives you 2 survivor points at the end of the game, but they're still interesting to find.
I mean, I went for these. Well, I went for that early on because I also took the city tile one, so I knew my plan was to go to cities and use the flashlight as well, and basically try and benefit from going to the cities as much as I could. So I was getting more search tiles, and then I was getting survivors every time I went there as well. And actually, getting survivors isn't that easy.
No, you'd have to get a lot of food to buy them and stuff. And I thought that was really interesting. So I really like the set collection thing. I really like the movement thing. I thought the events created a little bit of randomness so that you can't just streamline your maneuvers. You have to think about...
And then they're not very pleasant either, those events.
There's quite a lot of them as well. So you get different combination coming up. You get different combinations of buildings coming up. So that's really cool. I mean, I think it's a really, really good game. I really want to play it a few more times just to make sure there's a lot of replayability in the game, other than just for few finicky things. But that was really enjoyable. I really enjoyed that a lot. Components and art out of this world. Okay, this is the collector's edition, but these are fantastic. I really like these a lot. So I think based on this first play, just from what I've experienced tonight, I'm going to give this a 9 actually. I really enjoyed this a lot.
For reference, they're the basic ones. So you see, you've got the dude with 5 there replaces
this.
Yeah. So shan't be using these anytime soon.
And these are also upgraded, isn't it? Or do you get...
Yeah. They're little tiny counters about this big, basically.
Yeah, right. And these are all this punched out stuff. This is all upgraded. So this is a fantastic upgrade. I'd have to check how the score would be if I played it without all this.
I think it'd be very fiddly. That's the thing, because they're tiny little counters.
So I really enjoyed that a lot. I think it was great. How about you, Ash?
Oh. Sorry, drifted
Forgot
away
we were
there.
doing a video.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It felt like a zoom out of something like Dead of Winter, where you all working in one sort of like a survivor colony. Where here we're kind of competing, and it's quite interesting to see how like a Dead of Winter sort of style game kind of would work. And I don't think these would be any good replaced as a single model as a hero, because it feels more thematic that you'd be sending out a group of people. Because that's one thing that bugs me about things like, the Walking Dead series. You got Rick Grimes, wins everything, but
we played Walking Dead and he didn't win shit at all.
But yeah, I feel like the manoeuvring on the board is almost like up there with sort of like something like chess or something like that, in trying to literally, as I said, work out, okay, so I want to go here, but I'm already in the cargo ship last turn, so I need to move him there. But if I move someone else in there, what do you call it, I need to move everybody else around, and then
but you don't, because you've only got 4 things, you don't want to waste them.
Yeah,
you want to
exactly.
Just move one out and just gain some.
You don't want to go
there,
there,
need it or some shit.
And then you're thinking, well, but I also need to move him out to go to there and do that, and then you're like, but I need to do hunting because I need to feed everybody because Jason's taken all the
I thought
water.
it was interesting as well. Hunting seemed to be something we didn't really do early on, but later on, I think we all needed more food, and so hunting
look
became
at this
more and more.
friggin' animal murderer.
Peter on his case.
Yeah.
The other thing I quite liked as well was this, just the thematics of this, the city action. When you go to the city and you start searching, you can find basically the resources we collect anyway, but it's just a really interesting
and I liked
thing.
the fact that
what you'll get.
you kind of got used to what was in the stacks. You knew what was there, and you could see what had gone through. And so it was kind of random, but not, because you could kind of gauge what was coming up.
And you
knew the odds on the raiders popping up or the refugees like 50-50.
I mean, I eventually got the empty cupboard one, so that even if I find the
I
nothing
actually
one,
thought that was pretty good as well. You used that 2 or 3 times, and it paid for itself then, and some.
so that was really good.
Yeah, I don't think finding rooms as a blueprint would work, because if you're trying to work down a stack like this, there's a chance that by the time you get there, depending on how many there are, everybody else has taken them, and
as
you're
I say,
sitting there with
it's a different game.
Yeah, and you're sitting there like going, I've only got 2 rooms, and everybody else has got like half a dozen. But yeah, I do like the randomized rooms. Now that I've played it, I definitely would have picked a couple of different ones. I think simply for like probably built this a little earlier because it only costs 1 food and stuff like that. Yeah, lots of fun. I liked my leader. I had a choice between...
It was a little girl, wasn't it?
Yeah, this guy with a baseball bat, which is
the baseball bat was a pain in the arse as well.
Because that allowed my 3s to pressure other 3s. And then the other one was a little girl who gave me 1 water and reduced my radiation score. And I don't see how she would have competed that well.
How many negative points did you have in the
3.
end? 3, so you've got -1 or -2, something like that?
-2, because it was half rounded up. So I wouldn't have benefited at all, I think. So I don't know how the leaders are fully balanced. But yeah, I loved it. The components are excellent. The gameplay, a lot to think about. And yeah, I'd probably easily give this an 8, I think. At least for first play.
Yeah.
And then see how it goes from there on.
Yeah, I want to give it a few more plays as
But
well.
even though there was a lot to think about in the gameplay and planning your move there, the turns didn't bog down. The turns whipped
I didn't
round
think there was a lot of
very quickly.
downtime
There
at
wasn't
all.
a lot of
No, not
downtime.
Except maybe after Ash's turns.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. Like,
That's every game.
Especially when you're going, okay, I'm definitely getting water this turn. I'm fine. Oh, I forgot. Jason's gone there.
It does have that worker placement element of, okay, he's not done the thing I want to do. Cool. Okay, he's not done the thing. So it's just him now. Please don't do. Oh, he's just done the thing I wanted to do. Damn it!
Maybe the one bugbear I do have, and maybe it's because we didn't do that much hunting, is food was literally like nigh on impossible on turns to get some turns.
I don't think I never found that.
No,
to be honest.
I fed my dudes every turn.
Well, you had like water coming out your arse.
Yeah, you didn't feed them; they had water diet. Okay,
Liquid diet.
Yeah.
Steak shakes.
I think when they've discovered what's this solid food stuff, how do I drink it? Sticky
None of my
straws
survivors
in
have any
it.
teeth.
I also found that there seemed to be an awful lot of sevens come out, which meant killing things was very difficult. But
To start with,
that stack there was quite low.
I kind of like the ability as well that when you because this doesn't give you any victory points by collecting these little sets, but the more you hunt the same creature, the more proficient you become at it. So it was quite interesting. I mean, when I killed the first one, I only got 5 meat, but the second time was 6 meat.
Only 5.
Yeah. So that was
But
pretty
also
interesting.
meat as well. You have to spend because it's perishable. So
Yeah.
that's quite interesting as
That's
well.
where you
so-
recruit new dudes and spend it to feed the
I
other
wonder
ones.
whether there's a room that allows you to hold them. You did say there's like bucket loads.
Turn them into jerky.
Yeah,
like a smoke room.
Yeah, turn them into jerky.
I liked how you some of these weekly events you're looking at like this one. You're like, you know what? It's not that bad sort of thing. And then there's other ones like the rat infestation or glaciation where you're just sitting there going.
I quite like the fact that the events, if you don't deal with them, they stay there,
Yeah.
and they just add on to the next one. You're
Yeah.
like, man, this is really bad now. We need to fix this.
Exactly. Someone needs
It's like
to...
it is not a semi-carp game, but someone needs to fix that problem.
I was
Holy
going to
crap!
say, where was the enemy clan? Yeah, it's like the combination of because we had that one, then
Yeah.
that one, and we hadn't cleared that.
Yeah,
and
and so I couldn't get the meat for the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. It was a bad combination.
All right, so I think based on that conversation, I think you guys can tell we really enjoyed Outlive.
I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
And if, I don't know, is this the first game or second game that they've done?
As far as I know,
Far at
first,
first,
yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
And in terms of post-apocalyptic games, far and away the best of I've played.
Yeah, they're
Definitely.
really
I do
good.
like-
D, you should play this, man. You like this a lot.
It's nice to have a post-apocalyptic game without zombies as well.
Expansion. All right, guys. Thanks for watching us go through Outlive. Hope you enjoyed
And
it.
babble on
Yeah.
endlessly about how much we love it because we seem to love it.
See you guys later.
Ciao.